Hello, I'm Dee Allen, and I'm coming to you by way of Tire, transforming ideas of relevant elevation. So, today we want to elevate by improving our credit. Um, there's a video. If you follow my YouTube channel, please follow, subscribe, like, save, and share. But if you visit the YouTube channel, Tire, you will see a video concerning improving your credit with no money. Well, this video's content is improving your credit with little or minimal money or resources. So, first, we want to start off by saying, because some people do have a little money. So, your first step would be to pull your credit report from freecreditreport.com. So if you refer back to the other video, it's going to take you back to the basics for the resources with no money. But you do want to get your free credit report via creditkarma.com or freecreditreport.com. And if you look at the video summary, these links will be provided so you don't have to remember them. So Credit Karma, the good thing about Credit Karma is it gives you your score. It gives you your score for Equifax and TransUnion, but it does not give you your Experian score. So in order to get that third credit report, you want to go to freecreditreport.com, get that documentation sent to you so that you can review it. I'm a visual person. I like to look at the paperwork, review it, and I can get the best view or the best version of it. So I'd like to have it sent to me in the mail. But you can have it downloaded online and look at it and squint your eyes and strain and all of that and get that information online as well. You may be an online person, but again, I think that it's best, in my opinion, to get it shipped or mailed to you and you review it. So the first thing that you want to do is you review it, print out the documents, and you want to make sure that all of the information is accurate. You don't want information, income, addresses, job descriptions, anything like that. You want that information to be current. So you want to update that information. You want to review that information first. And you can write a dispute. That's probably the best way to do it, a dispute letter. But you can dispute this information online as well. But just to keep everything organized and keep everything in line where you understand it, the reviewing committee, they understand it. It's best to submit it all at one time and together. Now, there may be a little bit of going back and forth if you receive the updated credit report and it's still some things that are not accurate, then you probably will have a little bit of going back and forth. But you want to update that information. And so that's just a free way to improve your credit because believe it or not, when you update your information, it actually improves your score. It's only a few points, but all of it helps. So after you've gone to Credit Karma, which is something that you can check daily, there's an app you can check that daily on your phone, and freecreditreporting.com. Then after you've done that, you want to get a secured credit card. So most secured credit cards, you can start off at $300 and $500. So let me go back to Credit Karma. Credit Karma lists, based on your credit situation, they list all these cards that you're eligible for. So if you are in a poor credit situation, they should have quite a bit of credit cards that you can apply for that are secured. But don't apply for them before talking to a representative. You should be able to call the 1-800 number and talk with someone to see what bureaus they report to. And this is important. My first secured card, this was many years ago because I've had excellent credit for a long time. But my first secured credit card was at a bank. I won't name the bank, but it was at a bank that reported every 3 months. Okay, well, If it reported every 3 months, then my score was not being impacted every month. And when you're building your credit, you want a card that reports to all three credit bureaus every month. So why would you, if it's going to report every 3 months, or if it's only going to report to Equifax, why would you want that card? You want to get the most for your money because you're paying for it. So if you get a card at say $300, as opposed to a card, a secured card for $1,000, they're going to have the same impact. So you want to get a card that is of lower value, maybe $300 or $500 to start out, and you want to build up a credit utilization no more than 30%. 30% or lower. It is not going to help you to max out that card. And remember, the content of this video is little or minimal money or resources. So you want to make the most of your money. You want to get the biggest bang for your buck. So say it's $300. So 30% of $300 is $100. So you want to charge up $100, and you want to charge no more than that. And there's going to be interest on the card. So you want to make sure that you pay that card down. At least say you do go to the $300 mark. You want to make sure that you pay that card down at least 5 days before the billing due date, or before they report. Normally, once you look at Credit Karma, you will have an idea of when this company reports each month. So you want to pay it so that you have a 30% utilization or less. And I am a shopper. I love bags. I love accessories. I love makeup. I love all of these type things. But those are not the type things that you want to use your card for when you're building credit and you have minimal resources. You want to charge something that is important. We have utility bills, we have grocery bills, we have food, shelter, and clothing. So you want to use your card for something that is a necessity. And if you do that, then it won't really seem like extra money that you're using. It's going to be something that you would spend anyway, because of course we have to pay our bills. So you want to use it on something important like that, and you want to pay it. Now, you want to keep some type of credit on the card, because if you are not making payments, they will have no way to judge your payment history. So you do not want to get the card and pay it off each month. You want to keep something on there and maintain a balance so that you can show that you have good payment history. So that is the first thing. Let me go back over that again. You want to make sure that the secured card that you are getting reports to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. I'm sorry. So you want to make sure that it's being reported each month to all three credit bureaus. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is, once you have that credit report, you want to see what delinquencies you do have. You may have 2, you may have 3, you may have 10. But you want to look at that credit report and you want to dispute all of it. Okay? You want to dispute all of it. And if they do not respond in 30 days, it can be removed from your credit. Not to say that it won't come back, but nothing beats a failure but a try. So you want to dispute it. So say you have 2 that are removed and you have 5 that exist. You want to begin to call those creditors. Normally the information, the 1-800 number, is provided on the credit report. When you call them, if they say that the account has been closed, you don't want to get discouraged. You want to see who they sold it to. So once you find out that information, you want to give them a call. So once you give them a call, and you can get into, I'll have another video later about the letters of verification where they verify that it was an actual account. But if you, some people are in a time crunch and you want to fix your credit. So say your balance or your delinquency is $300. You do not want to pay $300. You want to settle that debt, and you want to get that negativity off of your credit report, that late reporting, which is hurting you every month. So if the balance is $300, you want to offer them at least 75% lower than the total balance. So 75% lower of the total balance would be I hear crickets. It would be $75. So you would offer them $75 of the $300 total balance. So you can even go for 60, but that just gives you an idea of what you would actually offer them. You know, like some people are amazed, or some people may think that 50% is fair, but lowball them and let them offer you something that you can afford. And you settle and you ask them to email you the verification of payment or proof of payment, and you keep that. And if they do not update the information, then you provide that receipt of payment and you dispute that charge. So that is a good way to improve your credit. And you don't want to go for the high level delinquencies. You want to go from the lowest and go on up to the top. And while doing that, you want to have your secured cards. And then if there is a card that is offered for people with not so good credit, you know, you can call customer service and you can talk to them about the criteria and what your chances are of getting approved. You may even want to apply in the middle of the night. I've been told that you have a better chance of getting credit in the middle of the night when your systems are somewhat down. So the more positive credit you have, it offsets the negative credit. So if you do have resources and you do want to get a couple of secured cards, feel more than welcome to do that, because you don't want to have 10 delinquencies in one good card when you can have two, and you can use it to pay something that's important, something that is a necessity. It's all about money management, credit management, and time management. So those are just a few of the steps. Now, if you do have existing credit and you have somewhat established credit, maybe you have a 585 or you have a 600 or you have a 610, that is fair credit. And if you have a good standing credit relationship with the company, call them and see. Make sure you update your information. That's why updating your information is important. But call them and see if you are eligible for a credit line increase. Because if they increase your credit and you keep it at 30% or less, it is going to improve your score. So that's something free. It's also on our video for free credit tips with little or no money. But that's also something you can do. I know Capital One is pretty good about that. I remember one time I was in a situation where my credit, it wasn't so good. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best either, but we had a storm here in Florida. And so I believe at the time, I think my limit was $300. So I think I heard, either it was on Facebook or something like that, that they were doing credit limit increases. Or I don't even know, I don't even know if I heard it. I think I may have called them about my credit to maybe get it deferred, because we were not going to have power, and we were kind of suffering from the situation here in Florida. So the representative told me about the increase, and I applied for it. It was a soft inquiry. It did not hurt my credit, and they went up on my balance $150. So that was how I got up to $450. And I'm in the thousands, child. I'm balling. But that was a great start. So you can establish multiple lines of credit. They are not going to hurt you when they are in good standing and you are keeping your balances down. I think it's between 11 and 20 accounts that you can have, and you can be in good standing. If those are in good standing, that is a great way to judge you as a good payee. So you want to have multiple lines of good credit if you can afford it. So if you have to start off with those secured cards, do that. Don't close out those accounts because that will hurt you. Once you get to a good level, do not close those accounts because that will hurt your score. The longer you have positive credit, the better it impacts your score. So you do not want to prematurely close those accounts. And so we've gone over the topics just to provide a summary. You're paying down those old balances. You're offering them a settlement offer, and you're paying those and closing those accounts with the lowest possible money, with little or minimal money. You are establishing multiple lines of credit if you can afford it. Do not get two $500 cards. Maybe get three $300 secured cards. Those are going to be positive lines of credit. Keep them at $100 or lower, or 30% or lower, and pay them each month, and keep some type of balance on there so that your credit history can be determined. And the first step and the free step is obtaining your credit report and making sure that it is accurate. Also, update all of the information that you have with your current creditors and make sure that they know your income, where you stay, and just update your employment information. So this information, it was learned through trial and error. These are things I provided real life experiences because this was something that I had to go through at one time, and I hope that my experiences or my learning experiences throughout life can help you. Thank you for being a part of my journey, and I hope to be a part of yours.